Joined now at the intermission by Cape Breton Eagles for Lewis Gendron. Lewis is a gamer, a little bit under the weather, but he's fighting through the sniffles to join us here at the intermission. Lewis, you were traded to Cape Breton at the trade window. What was your reaction when you found out you were moving away from home and playing for the Eagles?
A bit of a shock reaction at first. I'm moving from home for the first time, but I knew Cape Breton was going with some high expectations through the second half of the season. I was then excited about it and really just excited to meet the new guys, see how the team's going, and being excited to start the new half season.
Talk about meeting new guys. Your line that you're usually on is three guys who were on different teams because Cole Burbage was here and Alex Gee comes in from Val-d'Or. How do you think the chemistry has come together on that line?
I'd say it's gone pretty good. We at first didn't want to put any pressure on us because three new guys, we didn't know what to expect. We didn't know each other's play style very much. But I feel like we adapt quite good quickly, and I think that's what helped us get some good games throughout the second half.
I always love the guys that fight to get to the queue. You didn't make it to the queue as a full-time player until you were 18. Did you ever have any doubts that you could play in the queue?
I play a couple of games at 17, and that's when it really pushed me to really keep my dream going because I felt like I could belong in this league. I felt like I just needed this little more step. When I went back down to play in Quebec and Champlain, that's when I really put the efforts even more into my training and my on ice too, which helped a lot when I joined the league at 18.
And you went back to the CJCB League, which we don't know a lot about in this part of the world, but it seems like there's some good players there. Just tell us a little bit about that.
I'd say if you compare the ages, they are exactly the same. I'd say around 17 guys enter the league. They stay until 20 to 21. Age gap, I'd say, is pretty much the same, and that was one of the factors that weighed in my decision of going back to Midget AAA or playing CJCB, so that having older guys, some bigger physiques, felt like I could adapt more into this if I wanted to join the Q after. This was good, I'd say. The level of play and the quickness is a bit slower, but it's still a good league, and you've got some good players coming out of it going into the QMJHL after.
Talking to Lewis Gendron, who since coming to Cape Breton, one of the things you've done pretty well is success in the face-off circle. What's the key to that?
I felt like it's something that could be important in my play style, playing in either special units. The face-offs are something that's huge if you want to start with the puck or get it clear in PK, so that's something I focused a lot on back in Sherbrooke. We had also sort of a mentor that showed us a bunch of techniques. I try to replicate some of those. It's always a battle because anytime you get a face-off, you get a chance to start with the puck.
You wore a letter in Sherbrooke, you had an A, and I think you were captain in a squad, but you didn't actually get to play it because of COVID and whatnot. What is it about your style of play that leads to leadership skills?
I mostly play by example. I'm not really much of a motivator or a guy that talks too much. I usually just put everything I can on the ice, and that's what mostly my leadership is about. I try to show guys what I'm able to do and what they can do if they follow what I'm doing, and that's pretty much how I've been in all my hockey career. I try to stay on this path and focus on this.
I know you played soccer when you were younger, too. How long did you play for? Did you play at a high level?
Yeah, I played at a really high level in soccer. I played until 15, so I played about, I'd say, 10 to 11 years in soccer. I'd say I was pretty much as good in soccer as I was in hockey, but going into my bantam year, both sports were getting really competitive. Both of them were going a year long, so I needed to make some decisions. I had some Quebec tryouts, and then I had hockey tournaments and stuff, so I decided that I had a lot more fun playing hockey, so that's why I decided to stay on this path, but I still love to play soccer and see some players and stuff.
I always ask the Quebec guys about the international Pee Wee tournament. That was probably extra special for you because you grew up in Sherbrooke and you were on the Phoenix in that tournament. How much of an honor was that?
A huge one. I still have the memories, and I still have my small Pee Wee jersey back at home, so that's the one I wore when I got drafted back in Sherbrooke, and it's something I'm still going to keep in my backpack for my whole life. Playing as a kid in front of this big arena is something special. Going back to it as a QMJHL player is also something quite special, but it's just a bunch of fun memories that you get to keep.
Talking to Eagles forward Lewis Gendron, and people might know your face now because you and Alex Gee were in that ad for the Simon Hotel with Screech. How much fun did you guys have filming that?
So much fun. It took about 2 to 3 hours to do, but got by so quick. Got the chance to do it with Alex too, who was also one of the new guys, so we bonded great during this video, got to talk a lot with Brad, and just had a bunch of fun shooting this scene.
Did you stay at that hotel when you played with Sherbrooke?
No, I never stayed in Cape Breton, actually.
You were able to win a league championship with Magog in Quebec. That program has had a lot of success, including winning the TELUS Cup here. Just what did winning that trophy mean to you?
This is probably one of the best memories I've had in my hockey career yet. It's one of those teams that you get attached to. You feel a bit like I'm feeling this year with the Eagles. You get that chemistry with the team. Everything feels just simple. There's not anything like any outside noises that come disturb the team. So This was a huge experience for me, something I learned a lot from, and being able to play at national title championship is also something big. Patterson still owes me one in the finals, but I'm not going to talk about this.
Does Toussaint ever give you a hard time that his Magog team was able to win?
No, Toos is more defending me than giving me a hard time, because Magog, we still have a really good reputation, and we've been excelling the past couple of years, so I'm just happy for him that he managed to finish the job.
Last one I'll ask, people have enjoyed watching you play before. If they hadn't seen you play, how would you describe your style of play?
I'd say I'm a small, fast player. I've got a good IQ. I'm not a big shooter, but I managed to get some good passes in, and I still try to always focus on my defensive side before going into offense. That's something that helped me a lot.
Well, fans have enjoyed getting to watch you play thus far, and we'll continue the rest of the season. Thanks for this, Lewis. Best of luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
That was Cape Breton Eagles forward Lewis Gendron joining us at the intermission. You're listening to Celtic Kubota, Cape Breton Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB.